Welcome, this is Brandon Judd, and today I am responding to a video analysis request uploaded by user Rom Iluz. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, so I apologize if I'm getting it wrong. However, this is a video on some foundational stuff with some jumps and 180s, and in the description down here it says, please help fix my basics. So to be honest, right now, right off the bat, you're off to a pretty good start. I really like how comfortable you are riding around on the board. You're able to, switch edges here and there. You're able to ride switch, impact and land, switch stance, do some one-wake 180s, and really you're ahead of the game for that. That's really, really good. So I want you to continue doing that kind of stuff. The main thing that I'm noticing with this is your body position is really broken. I don't know if you can see here how you're kind of kinked at this angle, and what that's going to do is at the wake it's going to prevent you from resisting all of the pressure from the water so that you can get pushed up into the air. Think about it like if you were on a trampoline jumping up and down on the trampoline, but you never got fully tall. You were always in this kind of hunched over position. It would just decrease your ability to use the mat to spring you upward. So it's not a huge issue, but it looks like it's a habit ingrained in everything you do. And so I think your basics are going to exponentially improve if you fix this body position. I've got a few drills that we can do to help you with this, but first let's walk through the toe side version and then the heel side version of this edging position that you're in, and then look at a couple ways that you can improve it. So first of all, if you look at this position that you're in, you're really leaning this direction toward the direction you're traveling. And this is a very common thing that people do. It's kind of human nature to want to lean the direction that you're traveling. It's how we do it when we're walking. If you want to walk any direction, you start leaning that direction and then you catch yourself with your feet. That is so ingrained in us that when we're edging, we feel like we kind of need to go that way as well. However, when you're out there on the water, there's really only one thing you can lean against, and that is the rope. So that's why people get caught in this like halfway between leaning away from the rope and leaning toward the direction that they're going. So you kind of end up leaning halfway between in this sort of crumpled position. So in reality, what you can do is you can take your hips and push them forward and get your upper body and your shoulders and really arch them back. And I'll show you what this looks like. So if you take a look here at Kurt Robertson, you'll see he's in the almost complete opposite body position as you. His shoulders are real back really far, his hips are pushed forward in an exaggerated form, and then he's leaning directly against the rope. Now you'll notice his front hand is off the handle. That's specifically for this drill. It's called the toe side leverage drill. And this drill doesn't really function if you are in the bad body position with only the one hand on the handle. You can't get away with as many mistakes. So it's a really good drill to work on because it teaches you how to force your body into the right position to get the leverage you need to edge. And that's really the issue, is that when we're in this position, we have really bad leverage. But when we're in that tall, leaning back position like this, we have really good leverage. So as far as your fundamentals go, I would work on this drill, toe side leverage drill, and then we'll take a look at some of your jumps and kind of see how that goes. So again, you can see how broken you are when you're edging out, a little wobbly, and then at the wake, your legs never really go completely straight. They're always a little bent. And what that's going to do is it's going to absorb your pop, which is why you case the wake a little bit right there. And then again, your landing position also really folded in half. And this is a common thing because whenever we're uncomfortable or off balance, we want to lower our center of gravity and use all of our hinges in our body, like our hips are a hinge, our knees are a hinge, our ankles are a hinge. All of that. We want to make all of those hinge points bend a little bit so that we can absorb whatever's coming our way. So like if you were to being an earthquake, you would break into this body position naturally because you're trying to absorb any of the crazy stuff that's going on, lower your center of gravity. It's just a human instinct. So you have to fight against your natural inclinations and your natural human instinct when you're working on the correct edging positions in wakeboarding, because it is unnatural. But once you train your body to trust it, and you learn that you can trust those positions, then it will start to work itself out. Again, even when you're switch, you'll notice that when you're riding switch stance, you're even more broken than normal because you're even more uncomfortable, and you'll see that happening. You kind of have to just mentally calm yourself down and try and stand up a little taller. But again, I do like that you're edging around a lot, that you're able to do some 180s here and there. And let's go back to this position. So when you crank on your edge here, you'll notice you're dropping your butt really low. I want you to force yourself to be tall in this taller edging position. So what I want you to practice in order to improve that is this video called Loading the Line, the Hard Lean Drill. We have this demonstrated behind the boat and at the cable park. And you'll see in this position, as I'm edging, I'm keeping my hips forward, drawing my shoulders back, and I'm leaning only directly against the rope. And these drills are going to help you improve your ability to really load the line and edge properly. So let me zoom here to the boat version. Let's see, here we go. So you're going to edge away from the wakes to a comfortable position, and your boat driver is going to have to counter steer a little bit depending on the boat you have. Because when you start cranking on your edge really hard like this, you sort of turn the boat because of your leverage. That was not included in this video, but as you start to lean and edge really hard against the ropes, or against the rope away from the wakes, you'll get to this point where this really hard edge and lean, it becomes possible. I mean, you'll see here, you can't even see me. But if we go back to your body position here, it may feel like you're edging really hard, but you can't see a lot of the bottom of the board here. It really doesn't give you that hard of an edge, even though it may feel like you're doing a lot of work. It's just all that work is getting lost in this broken body position. So that's really all there is to that. So I would watch that video, Loading the Line, the Hard Lean Drill, and that will help you with your edging position. Now let's talk about your Heelside jumps when you're at the wake. Remember how I said that you're let's remind us of this, that you're not standing quite all the way tall. So when you go to jump through the wakes, you're still a little bent, a little broken in the hips and in the knees, and it's just killing your pop. So let's take a look at this video, Heelside Jumps, the standing tall drill. And this is going to give you a drill to help you improve your basics and get your hips forward and your legs straight in a nice tall edging position at the wake. And you'll see here Chad is going to demonstrate a jump where he is absorbing a little bit with his legs. He's not getting that full extension. So you'll see that his legs are not fully straight, kind of like yours were. And then he kind of cases the wake a little bit. It doesn't go quite as high, but then on this one, he's able to edge in and just stand fully tall and fully lock his leg out. And then watch how much further he goes. I mean, clearly higher and further across with just a tiny little bit of extension in his legs. And the drill is out on the side of the boat, away from the wake. So you're going to get into kind of a squatting position and then lock out and get really tall again. So again, it's not too complicated, but it's one of those easier said than done drills. And this will teach you how to get into that tall popping position with your hips forward and your legs straight. And you'll want to have that position in a few areas. You're going to want to have it right at the top of the wake, and then you're also going to want to have it when you are edging out away from the wakes on your heels. Right, I think I can get kind of to here. So yeah, when you're edging away from the wakes on your heels instead of in this squatted position, you're going to want to force yourself to get tall and lean back a lot like the hard lean drill. And that's about it on your jumps. But again, I love that you're doing 180s all over the place and getting used to all your edges. So I'm going to bring you to a couple more drills real quick. This one is called getting into the cuffed riding position. I noticed that you haven't ridden cuffed at all in the video, and you'd be surprised how much cuffed riding is going to help you. So this edging position, when you get the handle with two hands behind your back and you're able to ride like this with your board tracking, you don't have to slide sideways. Your board can be, riding straight. And I want you to practice this, because if you can ride comfortably backwards, then it's going to make riding forwards all that much easier. And I've taught a lot of students this well before they can get any air off the wake. And what it does is it just really speeds up their learning process. So I would highly recommend watching this video called Getting into the Cuffed Riding Position. And once you watch this video and practice this, you'll notice that over time, as you consistently do it, not only are you setting yourself up for more complicated tricks down the road, but it's going to make all the drills and all the wake jumps and edging just feel that much more comfortable because of your awareness on the board. The next thing, and I saw you did some ollies, which were pretty good. I want you to start doing some re-entry ollies, and this is where you ollie on the face of the wake. And use the power of the wake to give you a higher ollie. And it'll, like in this video explains, it'll give you some fundamentals for more advanced tricks down the road. And it's just really fun to play around on. I would recommend doing it every time you edge and warm up. Which brings me to the next video. And the last and final video and drill I want you to be working on is this. It's called the Ultimate Warm-Up. And you'll see in here Kyle is able to demonstrate how he can edge in a nice tall position with one hand, with two hands, edging back and forth outside the wakes. You'll do some ollies out in the flats, some re-entry pops, and in reality you're just warming your legs up, warming your edges up, getting comfortable with everything. And if you do this at the beginning of every set, you're going to be a lot better off in the future. You're going to be able to improve without feeling like you're having to work so hard at getting more comfortable on the board. Because I know that right now, I've been in your shoes as well, that there's certain positions on the board or certain edging positions, like if you were to edge in switch toe side and try to do a switch toe side jump, you're just going to feel so uncomfortable. But if you do that ultimate warm-up drill, it's going to just ease your comfort level everywhere and make it all a little bit more comfortable. So again, nice work. You're on the right track. We just got to get you a little taller, a little more confident in those edging leverage positions, and then get you trying some new stuff. So if you have any questions, you can hit us up down here in the comment section below, or you can film yourself improving this, and we'll do another analysis of you. But in the meantime, good luck and have fun.